Antrim, Causeway Coast and some Game of Thrones locations.
Northern Ireland!
This time we visited part of the Causeway Coastal Trail and some locations from Game of Thrones. We only had one day, so this is what we did. Our first stop was Cushenden Caves. The Cushenden Caves are easy to get to, close to the beach of Cushenden. You can park in the free car park across the bridge. Although the caves were formed over 400 million years ago, they became more famous since they were shown in the TV show Game of Thrones, and are now visited regularly by fans. This is where Jaime kills Euron Greyjoy. And also where Melisandre gives birth to the Shadow Baby. Access to the cave is free and open to all. Don't forget to visit one of the 10 famous Game of Thrones doors in Mary McBride's pub just across the road from the car park. On the way to another Game of Thrones location, we found a lovely place which is perfect for a picnic in the nice weather. Called Tor Head, the views are amazing, and although the road to get there isn't great, it is well worth the journey. It is said that the closest point between Scotland and Ireland is between Tor Head and the Mull of Kintyre. The same Mull of Kintyre made famous in Paul McCartney's Wings 1977 hit. The next stop is Murlock Bay. Murlock Bay is a beautiful cove hidden away from the Causeway Coast main road. A small road leads towards the sea, but the last part has to be made on foot. The views across Rathlin Island as well as the Scottish Islands are simply stunning. In Game of Thrones, this is where Stannis meets Renly on the coast of the Stormlands to parley. And this is where Yara and Theon share a horse ride to Castle Pike. The next two locations are not from Game of Thrones, but since we were in the area we could not pass up the opportunity to visit them. The first one is Carrick-a-Reid Bridge. The bridge links the mainland to the tiny island of Carrick-a-Reid. There is a fee to get in and the bridge is closed during winter, although you can still do the trail, which is stunning. The next stop is the Giant's Causeway. It is free to access, but there is a charge for parking and for the visitor centre. Formed 60 million years ago, the Giant's Causeway resulted from successive flows of lava inching towards the coast and cooling when they contacted the sea. Layers of basalt formed the columns, and the pressure between these columns sculpted into the polygonal shapes we see today. Although the legend says that Fionn McCool, an Irish giant, built the causeway after being challenged to a fight by his Scottish counterpart, Ben Donner. It takes about 15 minutes to walk from the car park to the stones, or you can take a bus for a small fee. Our last stop was the Dark Hedges, which was, again, used in Game of Thrones. Over 150 beech trees were planted along the entrance road to the estate to create an imposing approach to the Georgian mansion, Grace Hill House. 2 centuries later, they have become one of the most photographed natural phenomena in Northern Ireland. They have also been shown in Transformers The Last Night. We hope you enjoyed the video and that it helps you plan your visit to Northern Ireland. It's something that you cannot miss. Causeway Coast and some Game of Thrones locations. Don't forget to like and subscribe.